75. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, 10 exciting bouts of ACB action, where it's always less show, more fighting. Ladies and gentlemen, your judges this evening, Ahmed Baisultanov, Cesar Wojciechowski, Magomed Magomedov, Maria Makhmutova, and Victor Konayev. Your referees when the action begins, Big John McCarthy and Lucas Bozatsky.
Is what the referee's looking at. So Lucas had to stop the fight at that moment, thinking he was asleep. In the future, maybe Michael can show more resistance, letting him know that he's still in the fight.
Fantastic stuff. Let's move on to our second bout of the evening. Let's hand it back to the wonderful Mr. Cyrus Fees.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, 3 5-minute rounds in the ACB Bantamweight Division. Please welcome first from the blue corner and fighting out of Italy, Luca Iovine.
So now we move on. Our second bout of the evening is a featherweight contest representing Italy, Luca Iovine, fighting out of Bergamo in Madrid. Now this is a real talent out of Italy. Italy are desperate for a superstar, and this could be it. This is a young man with 11-1 record. 7 of his 11 wins are by finish, 3 knockouts, 3 knockout TKOs, 4 submissions. His last loss was way back in 2015. When you look at him as a martial artist, and a decision loss, yeah, that's why he hasn't been finished. But when you look at the talent he's got, he's so well-rounded. He's deceptively strong in the clinch, and one of his great attributes is he comes in shape. Like, he will push and grind for 3 5-minute rounds.
I don't know. I'm looking at his physique walking in the cage. I don't know if it's deceptively strong, but you can tell that he's a good athlete, and on top of that, it's really built a great foundation being a mixed martial artist. And really, that's the wave now we're seeing. You're not seeing, for worse or for better, guys that have that one strong suit. You see a lot of guys, and Luca's a derivative of that start right off into just MMA.
Absolutely. So we have an Italian in the cage. Let's welcome his opponent, the German, Mr. Cyrus Fees.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner and fighting out of Germany, Omer Cankardesler.
So here we go. Our second German of the night is about to enter the cage, and this is a very, very dangerous martial artist. Took this fight on short notice. Omer Cankardesler, 33 years old, but oozes experience in the cage, and also is one of those grapplers that if he gets you in any position where he can hold your neck, he will finish you.
Yeah, very strong grappler, great in the clinch. But you know what he does very well in the stand-up? He has a very sharp, straight right hand. So you have to always keep your eyes open with this guy. Omer, if you sit there and drop your hand, especially after an exchange with him, he'll look to be razor sharp. One of those guys that knows that it's not about throwing it hard, but it's about throwing it precise. And he has very excellent marksmanship.
Marksmanship indeed. When he hits you with that right hand, he's got so much power for a featherweight. He's got 4 of his 6 submissions rear naked chokes, and what usually happens is he'll drop or cause you to be stunned with that right hand, work in, take your back, then take your neck. Again and again, that's the method he uses.
And it's amazing how in our sport, guys are very motivated to tap to a choke after they've been hit with something hard. A lot of guys in the mindset of mixed martial artists, and it's better to get choked out than knocked out. So if they feel like they're on the losing end of the stop or striking match, I always say, hey, give them a reason to tap.
Absolutely. Let's wait no longer for this bout. Let's hand it back to our MC, Cyrus Fees.
And now, 3 5-minute rounds in the ACB Bantamweight Division. Introducing first the fighter on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. A mixed martial artist standing 162 centimeters tall, weighing in at 61.7 kilos. His record, 11 wins, only 1 defeat. Fighting out of Bergamo, Italy, Luca Iovine. And now his opponent, standing across the cage and fighting out of the red corner. He is a BJJ specialist, standing 170 centimeters tall, weighing in at 61.7 kilos. His record, 7 wins, 4 defeats. Fighting out of Frankfurt, Germany, Omer Cankardesler. Your referee when the action begins, Big John McCarthy.
Gentlemen, been over the rules. I want want you to protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. I want to tell you stop all offensive actions, but defend yourself. You want to touch gloves, touch them now. Good luck.
So once again, fantastic to have big John McCarthy here, looking after our fighters, keeping them safe in the cage.
One of the best of the best, right?
Best of the best. So we have Omer Cankardesler in the red corner, Luca Iovine from Italy in the blue. Cankardesler instantly taking the center of the cage.
Good footwork, hands straight, a little bit more of a traditional, most guys at home, a striking background are like, all right, right now you see that Omer is moving the correct way, hands in the right position. Luca has a much more comfortable, laid-back approach.
Oh, I think that knee caught him as well. Not sure how much that rocked him. And Iovine so good at controlling this position. And if he can rear naked choke the rear naked choke specialist, this would be a real scalp for him to take back to Italy.
To be the guy at what he's good at, that is a phenomenal statement.
Flattens him out there, look at that.
He's got him flat. He's not really raining down too many blows.
I've seen it before with some of his other fights. He's quite happy to hold position, wear you down, not force it, and that's the thing that's led him to 11-1 record, a fantastic record in MMA.
Well, and sometimes too, that's just one area that's hard to practice ground and pound. I mean, unless you're willing to beat each other apart in practice, which you see, well, the Russians and Dagestanis and Chechens are very apt to do. But you'll see guys that fall in love with the grappling, and sometimes they forget because that's predominant discipline. But now you see, this is great ground and pound, but this isn't always easy to simulate in practice. So a lot of times, that was a great combo. Hands with the punches and then wrap the neck.
Use the momentum of the punch almost to get under the chin there.
BJ pin.
There we go. And look at that.
But going back to it, sometimes guys, when you'll see it, you almost have to remind guys, hey, you're allowed to punch an elbow on the ground because they get into this, it's almost a no-gi grappling aspect.
And you can see that with people that train in gyms where it is single discipline, so BJJ and then go to boxing or then go to wrestling. But this is some great work coming from Luca early on in this round.
And Omer, very comfortable. He's got the foot. He's trying to push it up and unwrap.
Omer did very well as well to loosen that grip from the rear naked choke attack from Luca earlier on.
Yeah, and Luca's riding a little high right now. If he can stay behind the arms, and right here is also another great rip that he can reach down and grab the legs. But if he gets too high, he might end up on his back here. Good thing is to identify that you're too high. Great ride and abandon early. But right now he is locked onto his back. And this is perfect. He's scoring points. He's a constant threat for a finish here. But even if he doesn't get it, he's not in danger.
Oh, he's changing grips there. This is deep. Once again, Omer survives.
Let's see if he can wrap his head on the other side to make it a little bit tighter. Lucas just needs to have, see how his ear, he's kind of above. He's not engulfing the head. A perfect rear naked choke will occur that when you have, for example, your right hand in there, then your right ear should be on the left side of your opponent's head. And that makes a nice, beautiful wrap. Right now, he's on the windpipe.
Oh, he's done. He's tapped. Look at that. What a fantastic performance from Luca Iovine.
He did more of a palm to palm, even though it was, a rear naked. But palm
Ladies and gentlemen, Big John McCarthy stops his fight at 3-4, round number 1, with your winner by tap out to the rear naked choke, Luca Iovine.
There we go, it is official. Luca Iovine gets his first win here under the ACB banner. What an impressive win it is, and what an impressive division he is stepping into. Our featherweight division is absolutely stacked with killers, talent, people that he can now test himself on the global scene.